Great Grand Rising, everyone. Great Grand Rising. Great to be here today. Thank you all for subscribing to the channel. We have over 1,000 viewerships, memberships, and subscribers, and rising on up to 2,000 now that we're starting to promote that. Want to get right into it. The weather is kind of crazy. Again, today, Nashville has been obliterated with tornadoes. They're just now starting to see the devastation over there. Lots of craziness going on down there with the weather. You got houses being completely iced over up against the Great Lakes over there, and it's really crazy. So those people down there in Nashville, going to Alabama, Tuscaloosa, and all those different types of places, our hearts go out with you, and please be mindful that we are praying for you and meditating for you and making sure that good vibes going your way. But the universe is speaking. It is speaking. The other thing about the coronavirus, I want to tell you that they did find coronavirus surviving in dogs. So now your pets could be infected with coronavirus, because remember, it's one of those viruses that did come from animals to humans. And somebody sent me something about Dean Koontz. And Dean Koontz wrote a book. I forget the name of the book now. But he wrote a book and he explained exactly what's going on in 2020. He even named the year 2020 about this virus that was created in a lab and that inadvertently got out and started attacking certain races of people. And there wasn't anything that they can do about it. And he specifically, what I remember him writing, that it was 2020 that this all happened in. So, it's crazy, but there's a lot of different ways where they put out there in the universe what they're going to be doing before they actually begin to start doing it, to get the permission of the people, to get the permission of the souls that are actually controlling of this earth. Because if you don't say anything, don't do anything, it gives them inadvertent permission to do whatever they want to do to put it forward. So that's something to think about. That Dean Koontz book. I mean, he wrote a lot of books, but in that one book, he did write that. And they showed me all the different types of spots where he wrote that in there. The other thing about the coronavirus is somebody sent me a report about the ports. Now, I reported back in last summer, last spring, around this time, and also over the summertime, about the coming food shortages and how the prices are going to be spiking, etc. Well, you're starting to see the prices spike because there is record-breaking low yields of grains all around North America. And I'm talking about all grains, right, around North America. And I would possibly even say the world. I'm not going to say the world at this point yet, but I know North America, because the United States are putting out reports that these foods are, the grains that are being produced here are very low yields. And they're trying to stockpile a lot of the yields that they have, because usually they're just, kind of throw away a lot of stuff. But now what they're doing is that they're trying to stockpile a lot of stuff, because they know that come this September, I thought it would be this September. Last September, I was actually saying that food prices were going to start rising, and we did see a bit of a rise in a lot of the food prices. So those food prices are going to start really rising, probably coming this September, as we begin to start getting into the harvest season. And right now, this is the beginning of the growing season, and again, there's just a lot of stuff that's just going on with that. So I want you to pay attention with that. So when you're doing your budgeting, make sure you're buying a lot of canned foods. Now, I don't advocate eating canned foods, but canned foods and foods that are going to be able to sustain you through whatever this coming thing is what they're bringing in. And the reason why I say that is because another report somebody sent this morning about the ports. Now, she works down at the ports and is a truck driver. And in the video, she was showing the what the ports look like. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever been to a port before, but I've been through a few of them. And when you drive over the ports and stuff like that, those canisters that they have, the crates, the cans, whatever you want to call them, they are, I mean, they're stacked higher than buildings. I mean, they're 30, 40, 50, 60 feet in the air. So what she was showing, all the stuff that was coming, that's supposed to be coming in from China, Korea, and around the world, virtually nothing's coming in. And where she was able to walk, she said, was usually 3 or 4 stories high with these cans. And they weren't there. They weren't there. So a report that I seen about a couple of weeks ago, no, not even a couple of weeks ago, about a week ago, about the ships that are just sitting off of Korea and the Chinese waters. And I'm talking about cargo ships. They look like they were in the hundreds. In the hundreds. Now, I couldn't tell how many exactly there were because they were showing the video so quick. But this just proved me, I mean, and again, you got to cross-reference a lot of material that you got. And when you're cross-referencing all that material, you begin to start coming up with what the real truth is, right? So they're telling you not to really worry about the coronavirus, but they're also telling you that, you know, they may have to shut down schools. What happens if you become quarantined inside your house, you know, and all that other type of stuff. So what I'm saying to you is, again, you know, the universe is speaking towards whatever plans some of these other beings would have on this planet. But you must make sure that you take care of your soul. And again, I get back to your soul. Take care of your soul, right? When you're raising your children, take care of their souls. Make sure their souls know who and what they are. Don't raise them as men. Also, don't raise them as women, because that's what's in this system. The definition of a man, you know, basically is a definition that, you know, he's supposed to always do what the system wants him to do and perpetuate that, right? The system doesn't teach the man that he's a soul, that he's a light. It also doesn't teach the woman that she's a soul and that she's a light, right? That she's a builder, right? They teach a whole bunch of other different types of things to create all kinds of worry, dysfunction, and sadness and upsetment. And that real true happiness that you always get with all this physical stuff is always fleeting. I mean, it's nice to have physical stuff. I'm not lying about that. It's really nice to have physical stuff because we're in this physical world and we're in this physical system. But you have to relate it to that anything that you get has to be able to enlighten your soul and allow your soul to be able to grow within inside of you, so then that way you are who you're supposed to be. So when we're talking about all these different things that are going around, remember that, like in the Bible says, there's always signs. They'll always show you signs of things that are going to happen. Things just don't happen. There's always signs that things are happening. And then within those signs, it gives you a chance to be able to prepare. So what I'm saying to everybody is hunker down, begin to start preparing, make sure that you're in co-creation communities and around people that have kind of like minds, that cares and loves about their souls, and you're able to depend on them, so then that way, when whatever is happening, because it's happening now, whatever's happening now, you're able to have people that are around you that you can depend on. You can have people that are around you that you can depend on, and not people who are going to be trying to take everything you got from you, right? Because that's what it is in a lot of these relationships. People get in there, you know, as soon as they don't get things, you know, they leave, right? People have no tolerance, no patience, and they don't have any, you know, any wherewithal in terms of how to actually really have relationships, not only with themselves, but with the people around them. So that's why these co-creations, and then teaching our children and our people on how to live as co-creators with amongst ourselves, is how we used to do it in the indigenous world. That's how we used to live in the indigenous world. And that's the reason why there's virtually almost no crime and a whole bunch of other things before they came and infiltrated and brought all this stuff to our lands. Love you, people. Be safe out there. Quick update for all those things, right? And you guys, love yourselves, because your souls is the most important thing. You are the light of the world. Be who you are as a true indigenous on this earth. Love you all for what you guys are doing. Take care. Yeah, take care.